Hi Claire, thanks for giving us a testimonial with the Arts College. Just would like to know from you, why did you decide to do the childhood patterns in adult course?
It was something that I decided to do for my own personal development. I've done a few development courses over the last 3 or 4 years, and I got to the point where I thought, yeah, I've done work on myself, I'm doing really well. So I thought I would challenge myself.
Okay, and tell me about the actual course. How, in your interpretation, what is it about? What do you do in the course?
What do I do in the course? That's a difficult question. Just to give you some idea, what you do in the course is what you want to do. It's about how much you put in, so you're only going to get back what you put in. So it's very much about you taking the time out and going through the processes and going through each chapter and each week and committing to it, because until you invest in yourself on the course, you're not going to gain anything from it yourself.
And is it mostly emotional work that you do on yourself?
Yes, it's doing the stuff that you've been avoiding for the majority of your life. So it's looking at the stuff that really you're ignoring, not facing, pretending, oh, I've already dealt with that, I don't need to look at it again. It's dealing with the stuff from childhood that has made you into the person you are, the person that reacts a certain way, that deals with situations a certain way, and what it does is it reminds you of where those patterns came from and how it's makes you develop the person you are today.
Okay, and when you originally started the course, a lot of people say to us that you have to be that they've already dealt with their stuff, they're already therapists that are qualified. Why would they need to go back into their childhood? What would you say to those people who think that they've already dealt with that?
I can only go from my experience, but my experience says if you're the person that's saying, I've already done my stuff, I've already worked on myself, and I don't need to look at it, then that is where you need to start looking at issues and things. If I looked at myself 2 years ago and said I should go on this course, I would have gone, no, I don't need to do this course, I've already done childhood things, I don't need to do it. You have to be totally committed and at the point where you're ready to face your demons, because it's not pretty, and there will be times when you'll throw your toys out the pram and go, I can't do this, this isn't making any sense, I don't need to do this, and your self will give you all the reasons why you shouldn't be doing this course, and actually if you listen to the quiet voice, then you'll hear your truth and why you should be doing it.
And is this course all just about fixing yourself?
No, this course is about giving you tools, helping you to learn and develop, and giving you the opportunity to move forward where you've been stuck for so many years. It's not a quick fix, and it just allows you to grow and progress with giving you extra tools.
Okay, so where did you start to find the course difficult? Because there's a total of 12 sessions. Where did you feel you were, okay, I'm cool with this, and then when did you actually start hitting a frustrating part in the course?
For me personally, week 1 and 2, I was thinking, oh, this is good, I'm really enjoying this. Then we got to week 3 and I was thinking, not sure about this, start getting uncomfortable. Week 4, boy, did I hit a wall. Week 4, I'm thinking, I can't do this, it's too uncomfortable, I kept putting things off. So week 3 and 4 were really hard for me.
And why? Why would you say that?
Because I started unearthing things that I'd hidden for a long time. I was being questions about how I dealt with situations, why I react in certain ways, and it was all about me. It's so easy to pass it on to other people and say it's because I've had this childhood, because I lost this member of my family at this age, because my parents treated me this way. And it's very easy to pass the blame, and what we actually need to do is become empowered and look at ourselves and learn from it.
So what support did you feel you got through that while you were working through this? Because a lot of people will either want to run away or stop the course because it's difficult. What would you suggest to these people to understand what support is there, number one, and how can you actually get through that when it gets difficult?
Support is always there. That's the beauty about this course. The support's there, whether it be telephone, email, or a one-to-one. But you've also got to recognise that you need to support yourself and you need to be committed to the course. So when it does start getting difficult, you need to honour that and actually accept that it's going to be difficult and make the phone call and say, I need some support. Can I have a one-to-one, or can I drop you an email? Because all it's doing is just showing you that there's something uncomfortable, something that you need to work on. So the support is there for you, and that's part of the learning process, is accepting it and then asking for help. And then you have all the tools that you'll be shown and given to help you move from this moment. So by the time I got to week 5 and 6, I was thinking, okay, done that, learnt a little bit, so when it comes up again, I have the tools to move forward another step. I don't understand it completely, I haven't grasped it all, but I know that I can then deal with that situation when it arises again in a more proactive way.
When you talk about tools, what kind of tools are you talking about?
I'm talking about the beautiful tools of this toolbox that you will be given. The tools such as learning about listening to how your body is reacting if you're feeling uncomfortable, if you get a horrible sort of feel in your stomach. Tools such as putting boundaries in place, telling people how you're feeling, listening to yourself, understanding about how, when you react, how people around you react, how certain patterning within family, friends and work situations, how you'll start seeing how you are around certain people and how that relationship changes once you have these tools. And then you'll be given certain techniques, such as example the movie technique, or some tapping, or learning just to sort of have some quiet time and just listen to yourself, make some notes, lots of different things. And some things will work for you that didn't work for me, and then other things will work for me that perhaps just don't work for you. But there's a whole array of tools that you'll be given, and it makes you empowered and it allows you to decide how you want to move forward. But you will move forward if you're willing to accept that in order to do that you're going to have to face some difficulties.
So what would you say makes this course different from other supporting courses you've done in the past?
It makes you stop and think, and it makes you understand who you are, and it's about empowering yourself. It's going to be life-changing for you, but it's going to be like a roller coaster, and if you're ready for the ride of your life, then I would say absolutely do it. But you've got to be ready to understand that it's going to get a bit ugly in places, but it will change your life. But if you know in your heart of hearts you're ready to be empowered, start accepting that this life is your life and not blaming anybody else for it, then this is the course for you.
So how has your life changed in your work area since doing this course?
How's my life changed? My life has changed dramatically. So the lessons have just been coming in stronger and louder. I've learned to set boundaries that I have never set before. I've learned to speak my truth. I've learned to say to people, I feel this way, I am this, I am not this. Whatever it is, I found a voice, and I am not the sort of person that is comfortable sitting in front of a camera, and here I am today saying these words. So all I would say to you is, it has changed my life. I feel far more empowered, and it has given me the confidence and ability to move forward. Some days I wobble, and other days I think, amazing, look where I am. So that's all I can say on that, really.
And how has it changed your personal life? What have you gone through huge shifts on a personal level?
Oh boy, yes. We've had some bumpy times, but all I can say is I've had some amazing times, and I've learnt that it's okay. And it's really okay to feel empowered, speak up, and learn and see where I am. What you have to understand is you're going to change during this course. During this 12-week process, there's going to be some major changes, and because you're changing, it's going to make people around you feel unsettled, and you have to be ready to face that. But what it will do at the end of it will enhance your life, and you will find that it's so much richer and more fun and enjoyable.
So you said you did it in 12 weeks. Obviously, the course offers different options that you can do in 12 weeks, every fortnight or once a month. What made you choose to do it in 12 weeks, and what advice would you have for other people out there wanting to do this course?
I chose a 12-week course because at the time I wasn't working full-time. I can say on a personal basis, if you decide to do it in a 12-week program, you're going to need to commit at least 8 hours a week to the program. So if you're working full-time, then you're going to need one of your days off set aside for this. So it's very intense and you need to commit to that time. I was in a very lucky position that I'd taken a little bit of time off work, hence I could do that. If you're working full-time and you have a very busy life, my personal experience is perhaps you need to do it over a longer period of time, but give yourself the time to do this and take the time out, because if you don't put the time in, you're not going to get the rewards back.
Thank you for that. And just the last question, when we talk about childhood patterns in adults course, why do you feel this course has helped you revisit your childhood on a different scale, and why do you think it's important to understand your childhood?
Until you accept where you are in your childhood, you're never going to move on. We are who we are because of our parents, because of our upbringing, and that's wonderful. But on some level you still have to take responsibility for who you are. But what it allows you to do is see how certain situations and people have made you into the person you are. And what it does is, by going back to those early years, you can see how you react to certain situations and environments. And it's just really empowering and really easy to understand, but at the same time it's also quite challenging. So it's a wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, and look forward to obviously connecting with you on other courses.
Thank you.